Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone all around the world. My name is Andy Park, a corporate account manager at SDS, live streaming for virtual Drupa 2021 from our showroom in Anyang, Korea. We had a fantastic live online sessions for last 3 days with many attendees from all over the world. Today is the last day, unfortunately, of these live online sessions. But what we did during the Drupa 2021 virtual will be saved on our YouTube channel, and will be there forever. So please visit us, check the content that we made during the show whenever you can, and if there is any questions you have, please contact us by sending us an email to sales@sdskorea.com or contact your local distributor or dealers in your area. Before introducing our EasyBender series, I just wanted to go over uh, one more time the history of SDS, as stating this out of Drupa will explain a lot about how we as a company drove the culture and technology in the past, and express our future plans of what we are going to do with upcoming EasyBenders. SDS, located just outside of Seoul, Korea, is the largest manufacturer of metal bending and fabricating machinery for making and sign making industry in the world. SDS was founded in 1988 as a die shop and has since developed into a global company in the industry with numerous innovative products of fully automated processing and bending steel wool machine. Thousands of EasyBender and Channel Bender series sold in US, Europe, and around the globe has proven that SDS is a leader and innovator since its foundation. A countless number of patented products and newly added in-house manufacturing capabilities, as well as distributors and dealers for sales and tech support all around the world, is just another way of promising to our current and future customers that SDS continues to strive for easier and better products. Many of you out there might know that SDS made the first fully automatic curved steel wool bending machine in 2003, the EasyBender XR. We now call it EasyBender R, and has sold hundreds of them around the world. We initially believed that EasyBender R is enough for the market. Competition comes in, and we later realized that the market needs reliable and affordable solution. So I am extremely excited to take this opportunity to introduce one of our latest EasyBender series, EasyBender R Pro, our answer to the rotary die making. EasyBender R Pro, what we have here is capable of processing and bending 4-point notched and no notch curve rule up to 32 millimeters from 257 to all the way up to 695, the jumbo steel rule dies. One of the advantages of EasyBender R Pro from our competitor is that it is designed to change over different diameters of steel rules with few clicks of bending machine software. So I will briefly illustrate how easy it is to change from 359, I think I have 359 rule to 487 rule. And I'm going to demonstrate 487 notched and no notch rule. So here we go. I'm just gonna go get my gloves. for safety reason. And I'm gonna go and open this one and open the back doors. And I'm just gonna disengage this and just briefly show you what I have in here. This is the 359 rule, and I will just put it back in here again. And I'm just gonna go here, make sure the setting is in 359, and I will just go to manual mode operation and feed the rule to the home position. And I'm just gonna run a slot here. And this is the slot that I'm just gonna demonstrate for now. So while the machine's actually operating it, this is the feeding unit here, and this actually has the feeders and rule suppressors here, and it actually rotates depending on the rule diameter. And this is the cutting unit here. The cutting unit has our tooling with 5 tool positions in there, and this, as you can see, is the bending unit. And we'll just go over on this bending unit later, and when I'm actually running different diameter of rule. And this is the slot that I just made here, and so it's ready to going into the die board. And like I said, I will just go ahead and change over to different diameter, and I think I'm gonna go to 487. So what I'm gonna do, since I can I can make this really quick, I can actually take the rule out from here and then go back to the software and go to configuration here. And I think the tool name A is set it up for 487 notched rule. So I'm just gonna go there, hit apply, hit OK, and then I will just go to manual mode operation. This window will actually let you change the diameter of the feeding unit here and bending unit there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and click this icon. It'll actually change over to 487 notch rule settings. And so while it's changing it over, I'm just gonna go to the back of the machine and then put the rule back in there. But I just wanted to point out just one unit here. This is just a additional rule guide that we use for 487, or the rule diameters are bigger than 487. And I'm just gonna put this one in here so that it actually guide those bigger rules into the bending unit the way it should be. So that's the purpose on that guide unit. So I'm back here again. Take this rule out and put this 487 notched rule back into the machine. And all you have to do, it's got some rollers here, through the guide rollers, through the tooling and the nozzle, bending nozzle unit here. Right. And then when this is ready, I'm just gonna go ahead and click rule origin. It'll go to the home position there and hit OK. And this is how easy it is to change over from 359 and to 487. I mean, you could actually basically do that with 254 to 359, or whatever the rule diameter that you have, or even 487 to 695. And so you'll be able to use once again, notched rule and no notched rule. And so that's how, once again, this is how easy it is to change over from rule to rule. And so uh, I wanna take this opportunity to show you some other functions of our machine. The EasyBender R, our previous model, uh, that that first rotary steel rule bending machine in the world has been a workhorse for many rotary die makers in the world, and does fantastic jobs on making slots. Those slots, for die makers, that is something that they don't want to do it with their manual benders. With our EasyBender XR, they were so happy that the machine just bends it the way it should be, and they don't really have to do any further manual, bends and things like that. So they were so happy. So uh, these slots and pieces with radius that are completed from EasyBender R are so fast and so accurate, and SDS engineers applied this same functionality to our new model EasyBender R Pro. So I will demonstrate by bending a couple of sample pieces of slot and a tab piece with maybe with the no natural along with the built-in function called rotary arc post. Here we go. I'm just gonna make the slot with this existing 487 notched rule. I'm just gonna bend this same piece again. So I think I went over how this feeding unit, turns around for different diameter of rule, and then as well as this bending unit. And I just wanted to go over on this our newly developing uh, uh, unit here. This is what we call shaft and sleeve bending unit assembly. It'll do bendings as well as and cuttings, as you can see from the demonstration that I just did. And this is the 66 slot that I just made. All you have to do, just squeeze it in a little bit here and put that into the die board. And so this is one of the functions that I wanted to show you, point it out. And now I'm just gonna go to change over to notched rule again, and then show you some tabs with the 45-degree bending angles with the the relief bottom of the bending point. I can also put relief notches depending on the setting, and I will go over that function. So just like before, I'm just gonna disengage the rule and take the rule out from here and change the to uh no notch rule setting, which is B here, and gonna click hit apply, hit and OK, and go to manual mode operation and click that change over location icon again, and it'll reposition it for 487 no notch rules. So while the machines are changing its diameters, I'm gonna go back to the machine and take the notched rule out, and put this no notch rule here and put it back into the machine. All the way out. On the coiling switch back on. Okay. Yeah, they are good. They are all good. And I'm just gonna go ahead and click feed origin, and the machine is ready for no notch rule now. So now, like I said, I'm just gonna go to pick this tab here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick the starting point and end point. and run this piece here. So as you can see, our machine is designed to run notched and no notch rule, and with so if we are using no notch rule, machine is actually designed to put the notch section on the no notch rule sections. Depending on how you set the machine up here. As you can see, all this bending point here, you see for the flexible bending and better bending, machine has a function to put a notching section on the bottom of the bending pieces here. This will actually help die makers drive these tab pieces into the die board without damaging the die board. So this is one of the convenient functions that you could enable it or disable it by just clicking on one software functions here, right here in second page, in which is this rotary angle notch here. So everything that is greater than 45, it will start putting those notches on those sharp bending angles. If you just type it in 0 here, and so which means I don't want to put any extra notches on the sharp bending angles, then what machine is gonna do here, as you can see, I'm just gonna run this piece here, and it won't put any pieces on that sharp bending angle sections. So here we go again. See, you already see less number of cutting actions going on there. There's no okay. All right. So I think we have slight technical difficulties with the cameras here, but I just made a piece here, and so this is the piece that I just made without that extra the notches on these angles right here. So you could always enable and disable those functions by just click of a button. Right, so this is one of the functions that I wanted to highlight out of this here, and I also wanted to go over, since I didn't really go over on these tooling sections here, so I will go ahead and show you this tooling block and that I have here, and I will actually demonstrate how to make perforation rule using our R Pro. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this tooling here. This is the standard tooling module comes supplied with the R Pro. We actually supply two of same identical toolings, and out of this tool you'll be able to pretty much make all the custom perforation as well as just standard pieces that you drive it into your die board, and it'll do notches, it'll do relief notches, it'll do top cuts, so that later on pieces coming out that bending unit cuts off, and then we have a full size straight cut and full size miter here, start and end, and then we have a two custom perforation tool here. So once again, out of this tool you'll be able to make pretty much all the custom tools that you wanted, and also this tool also can be customized with you could add a special tools like e-bolt gate holes or punching holes, so those I mean, a lot of customers these days, they kind of make those e-bolt holes or custom punches, so you could also, don't forget, you could also make those custom punches out of this tool. So now I will go back there, and I don't know, you could actually come in, okay, and I will go ahead and make this perforation rule here. And so here, this is the I'm about to make a perforation rule here, but before I do that, I just wanted to point out how you could actually program these perforation rules here. And you could actually do it two different ways. You could ask your CAD guys and make these cross lines on top of any CAD lines that you wanted to make perforation rule out of. These cross lines here, what they are creating, indicate the cut and crease part of these perforation sections. So this can be easily done by your CAD guys by using CAD softwares like Impact or Simpack or whatever the CAD software that you use. And as soon as those files are imported into our EBWin software, and this will recognize those crossover lines as a perforation or cut crease. So once it is done, all you have to do is to go ahead and just create the tool path, just like what you've been doing with our software. And then all you need to do to just designate the height of the crease by typing numbers in here, which is the perf section here. And you could type it in 20 or 21 or whatever the number that whatever the size of crease that you want to make. And I'm just gonna type it in 21 for now, and then I will go ahead and run a piece, and here we go. So another thing that I wanted to point out that uh, you could actually make custom perforation out of notched rule and no notch rule. As of now, we are making a perforation out of a no notch rule, but uh, then again, you could do this with notched rule here, and see how clean this piece is. And so this is what you could do out of R Pro, on making all different sizes of custom perforation. and and then this is the one way, as I said. You could ask once again. You could ask your CAD guys to create these cross lines on the account, or you could also do by creating your own perforation rules by using our software. And this is another added function that we put them in. A lot of our CAD, uh, the latest version of CAD software has a this function built into it. So I'm just gonna pick this short section here. I think I'm gonna do this line right there. I'm gonna make sure that this is the notches here. It says notches, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. So all you have to do, click this and create the pattern first. And by just like creating a toolpath, you just click start point and end point, and then here with this user-friendly graphical interface, you could actually designate the size of cut here and size of the crease, and as well as the height of the crease in here. And so now, since we made few different sizes, I'm just gonna make 1/8 by 1/8. Pretty common perforation with slightly lower, like 20 millimeters. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and click OK. So as you can see, I just create pattern here by using our software. This is once again another way to create perforation here. And then I will go ahead and click toolpath here, and then create starting point, and create another segment by clicking starting point and end point. And as you can see, this is what you're gonna end up getting here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hit run. As you can see, the height that I type it in there is here. So if you want, you could change it again here. and like 20.5 or whatever, and then once you click this, it'll make those pieces. So once again, you could make all this custom perforation with all different diameters of the rule, from 257 to all the way up to jumbo dies like 695. All right, so this is it, and I think I didn't really type it in and proper number. I said I was gonna make 1/8 by 1/8, and I think I made 1/8 by quarter, but that's my bad. But I mean, this is it. You could actually make all different custom made perforation out of this. So this is the second thing that second features that I wanted to highlight, and I'm just gonna go over one last thing, which is the MDR Cut Mode. This is a I think a fantastic feature built into our R Pro. As a matter of fact, rotary die is comprised of many different shapes with different geometry, but it is surely contains a lot of straight lines, like trim breakers with bent point at the end, or straight lines, and a lot of long side knives on the side or in the middle. There's so many different side knives there, and so software and mechanical engineers at SDS are fully aware of this situation and made this entire process of making these straight pieces completed in a way that can be done faster by using process called MDR Cut Mode. It is MDR Cut Mode is like using EasyBender R Pro as a rule processor without using the bending unit assembly. I will demonstrate now how convenient this process is by making one long side knife and 10 of trim breakers. So, first step that I'm gonna do is, yeah, I think I'm gonna make it with the existing no notch rule. The first step, I'm just gonna go ahead and open up multiple view windows so that I can actually open another file. And okay, this is it, and I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. I just double check the scale setting here. You could actually change it from inches in a standard to metric and vice versa. So I just checked it, and I'm gonna go ahead and click this open. So this multiple view window will allow you to open up as many files as you want while you are working on actual production jobs, and that's another advantages, another added in built-in functions that we have. And it also open a the field file at the same time, which is the our programmed segment files. So I just delete those things, and like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and program this with MDR mode. So if basically pieces will come out without using the bending unit. So I'm gonna go ahead and plot it, start straight at the end. I mean, start with the miter piece and end with the straight piece. And with this one, as a matter of fact, I need to check this MDR cut mode on so that built-in sensor detects that mode with the bracket that I'm about to install it. So, and everything seems to be okay. And I'm just gonna go over one last thing, which is the same pattern detection mode. By enabling this, this will actually detect all the exact same pieces in this CAD file automatically, so that you don't have to count how many trim breaker pieces you have on this CAD file like you used to do it in the past with previous version of software. So but this time I'm not gonna run 64. I'm just gonna run 10. Like I said, we don't have time for making 64, even if machines are extremely fast. and I'm just gonna go ahead and hit OK, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start and end and do the exact same thing. And I'm gonna click and hit OK. I'm just gonna run one, and here I'm just gonna go ahead and change the setting now by moving this bending unit backwards so that I can put that additional bracket that I'm about to show you. And to do that, all you have to do, just go to a manual mode operation, and all you have to do, this bend all origin icon will move entire bending unit backwards so that I can actually install this additional bracket. And here we go. As you can see, the unit is backing off, and this bracket, all you have to do, just put them into the spot here, lock it with the thumb screw, and it's done, it's ready. So, and I'm just gonna hit OK and go back to the pieces that segment pieces that I programmed, and this time I'm using run batch windows, and and just gonna go ahead and run these two pieces by checking select boxes here. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it now. Hit OK. It will make all those pieces, as you can see. So the 10 of those trim breakers are coming out. As you can see, it's got miter pieces here and straight pieces here, and very nice and clean here. Once again, you could actually do this with notch rule or no notch rule, and the 10 trim breaker pieces are done. Then now it's actually making that long side knives. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is how convenient this is. Right? Yeah. Okay. Right, I think this should be enough. And so I think this is all for this session. And I'm sure some of you out there wanted to see more of our functions, and I mean now is the great time. If you want to see more of our functions or any questions that you might have, and it is the last live session out of virtual Drupa 2021. So I'm just gonna stand here and just waiting for you guys if you have any questions. So go ahead and ask me any questions. I know a few of customers in Turkey yesterday had some questions, and I think we actually answered that question by running the pieces of this, today. And I think Mr. Sari, I hope that this is the answer for your question yesterday. And all right, so I think I'm just gonna wrap this session up now. And so we will be coming back with another live streaming session for uh EasyBender EX, our upcoming new model, in fourth quarter of this year, as well as I'm just gonna go over on EasyBender NS2 and VCS later today. So please check our schedule posted on Drupa homepage, and stay tuned. And thank you.